Is Ashley from Notjustboxing here with the president of WBC, Mauricio Sulaima. How you doing?
Very, very well. Very happy. Unbelievable atmosphere for one of the greatest events in the history of boxing.
So I know we've been saying that. What would you compare to this event, or is this just on a whole other level?
Well, this is the Rumble in the Jungle, the Thrill in Manila, those great cards that Don King used to put with 5, 6 championship title fights. But this is amazing. It's just unbelievable.
Yeah, insane. And obviously you're holding the belt here for the winner on the weekend. Can you just explain the belt for us?
This is a commemorative belt for the undisputed. This is a unique piece for the winner. It has the elements for the buffalo, which is on the side of Bibol, and of course the wolf, which is the animal for Better Yep. Mm-hmm. And it has all the organization's logo. So it's just a unique piece to commemorate a great fight.
It looks amazing. So you've been the president for over 10 years now. It's been a long time. Would you say boxing's back?
Boxing is back. Without a doubt, we're living the era of Saudi Arabia, of the Riyadh season, of His Excellency Turki Al-Sheikh, who has been able to put together all the promoters, managers, fighters, everybody from the industry to sit down and make sure the best fights happen. And never before, so it's very exciting to see it happening.
Over the last 14 months, everything has changed. Could you ever even imagine, just a few years ago, seeing everybody here this week, Top Rank working with Queensbury, a Matchroom, a Golden Boy, you know, everyone's uniting. Could you ever even imagine that only a few years ago?
No, this is a dream come true, a reality that was much needed. The promoters do a great job. Without promoters, there's no boxing. Without managers, trainers, and the fighters are getting great opportunities. They work very hard, and now they're getting an unbelievable opportunity to shine and to make a name for themselves, make the money that they have dreamed. And it's just unbelievable.
Mm-hmm. So there's a few WBC title fights on this card, obviously, including a new step-in replacement of Josh Padley. That's been crazy, that whole scenario over the last 48 hours. I'm glad to see that Floyd Schofield's doing okay now. What did you make of the last-minute replacement? Are you happy that the fight's still going ahead and we're going to witness Shakur this weekend?
Absolutely. It is our job to support the efforts of the promoters. Of course, I feel so sorry for Schofield, who could not participate in the fight. But also Shakur had been working so hard, dreaming for this opportunity. And when we were contacted about Padley, the British Boxing Board of Control confirmed medically he's perfectly. He was training for a fight. So we absolutely support it, and it will be a championship fight.
Mm-hmm, most definitely. And what fight are you looking most forward to on Saturday?
All of them. All of them.
Yeah.
It's just a dream card come true. So it's just very exciting.
Are you a massive boxing fan? Are you, regardless of the work, are you always staying up to date with boxing?
Oh, yes. Ever since I was a little kid, I learned to appreciate and to live with passion boxing. Now, when I'm in this position, and for many, many years, you lose a little bit of the way you see the sport. You don't root for a specific fighter, but you enjoy the moment. You feel very happy for the winner. You feel sad, but honored for the loser, whoever it is, and the respect, because when they get in the ring, they're putting their life at stake. They're putting their future, their everything, their dreams. There's so much work behind, there's so much sacrifice they do during 2-3 months of training. So it's a great sport, but it's a very difficult one.
I couldn't have put that any better myself. That was very well put. Have you ever boxed before?
I'm sorry?
Have you ever boxed yourself before?
Yes, I
Yeah.
did. I wanted to be a boxer when I was a kid.
Yeah.
Of course, when my father took me to the dressing room of Mantequilla Nápoles after a 14-round battle, and I saw him with both eyes shut and both eyebrows completely open, I just turned to my father and I said, "No, I want to be a fireman, Dad." So that was my boxing career. Every Friday I used to box with my friends after school. We would put on the gloves. I trained over the years several times, but it's a very, very, it's not a game. You cannot play boxing, so you have to respect all those who go into the ring.
Yeah, so your father's obviously had he's played a huge role in your life. What would you say is your best memories of your father?
As a father, he was a lovely man. He was a beautiful, humble, decent, loving father, and completely dedicated for the protection of the fighters with passion. He was always honorable. He was always attentive, responsive, and just a great human being. So every time I think of him, which is every day, I feel proud to be the son of Jose Sulaiman.
Mm-hmm. And now you're obviously following in those footsteps and making your mark. What's next for you after this weekend in Saudi? I'm guessing you must be constantly traveling around the world.
This is going to be a tremendous year of travel. I was already in London, in Rome, in Panama, in Las Vegas, now Riyadh. We have Muay Thai in Thailand, our convention in Thailand, Italy.
So what's going on in Thailand? I don't know much about that.
In Thailand?
Yeah.
The Muay Thai, it's one of the WBC committees.
Yes.
And it's the 20th anniversary, and there's a Grand Prix. And at the end of the year is the yearly convention that will take place in Thailand.
Amazing. Whereabouts? Bangkok? Phuket?
Bangkok, yes.
Bangkok. Amazing. And
hope to not just boxing see you in Bangkok.
Yes, hopefully. That's part of the reason the name. We can branch out anywhere. I love Muay Thai. I've been in Thailand for quite a few months, and they're a very special. It's a different sport completely, but they're a special type of fighter out there. Like the leg kicks, things that in boxing you would never have experienced.
Yeah, they have knees and
knees,
kicks
the elbows.
and elbows.
Oh,
But it's very honorable. It's very oriented to culture. And it's a very unique sport.
Mm-hmm. And have you ever tried training Muay Thai yourself?
Not Muay Thai, no.
No. It's so different, especially when you learn your boxing stance. It's completely different.
Well, they have
Throws you off.
8 different weapons.
Mm-hmm. 8 limbs.
2 with the hands, elbows, knees, and the feet. So it's 8 different weapons.
So lastly, I do just want to ask, we're planning to do a little bit of a documentary piece comparing boxing right now compared to pretty much when you was a kid. How would you compare the eras of the superstars in the sport and the fighters and how the sport's evolved? Would you say boxing's not as big now as it was as like the Muhammad Ali days, or how do you sort of see it? Because you've gone through so many eras.
Every era is different. Boxing before television had thousands in the stadiums in many countries of the world at the same time. Then came radio, then came television, then came pay-per-view. Today is the digital platforms, the streaming, but boxing is as popular as ever. Boxing has evolved dramatically for the protection of the fighters. 15 to 12 rounds, the weigh-in a day before, the anti-doping, the gloves, the medical examinations, the protection by the referees. So it's a different sport, but it's unbelievable. It's popular, and boxing will always exist and be very humane, because when you see 2 fighters in the ring, you project yourself. You think you're one of them in the ring, and it's a great sport.
Mm-hmm, definitely. And you just mentioned there, so would you say overall the changes in the sport over the last few decades, it's better just for the fighters' health, the longevity? Because we've witnessed so many amazing fighters obviously experience the downfall of boxing, of brain injuries, CTE, a lot of tough moments that we've seen as fans, right? Do you think it's the right thing that we've seen now? Obviously, less rounds. There's other ways of safety measures.
Completely. The quality of life of the fighters when they finish their career in the ring is much, much different than before. Those 13, 14, 15 rounds were brutal. They took a huge toll on the fighters. Making weight and fighting dehydrated on the same day was very bad for the brain, the kidneys, the heart. There has been so much medical study, much science into it to make the proper regulations, and we can say with great pride that the mortality rate of the sport is now number 14. There's 13 other sports that are much more dangerous than boxing.
I didn't know that. That's really good.
Yes.
Well, it's not good, but that is it's better than I thought.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, and it just brought back a quote. I remember when Muhammad Ali said that the Thriller in Manila, it was the closest thing he's felt to death.
Oh my God, that was dramatic. The humidity, the temperature, the brutality of the fight, and that's by itself, that's a great example.
Mm-hmm. Brilliant. Well, thank you so much for your time. Honestly, I love the belt.
I'd love
to
so
have
much.
one of those one day. But,
thank you so much. Well, you
got
gotta train and beat B-Ball or better yet.
Definitely not. I'll stay on this side of the camera.
Okay.
Thank you for your time.
Thank you very much.
Go, go, go.